Hi guys, Jesse here, and welcome back to my Falcon and the Winter Soldier reaction series. Today we're moving on to Season 1, Episode 6. Last episode, John Walker felt the consequences of his actions after very publicly killing a man. Carly and the Flag Smashers, after the whole ordeal, vanished into the wind. And it also looks like Sam Wilson has changed his mind on whether or not to take up the mantle of Captain America. And the episode ends with the Flag Smashers about to start their attack on New York with the help of Batroc, who seems to have been hired by none other than Sharon Carter herself. So what role she plays in all of this is still kind of left up to debate, but is she playing everyone? Is she the power broker? Did she somehow flip sides after Captain America Civil War and now has gone full supervillain? There's only one way to find out, so let's go ahead and jump into this episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm sorry, wait, who are you?
Captain America.
I thought Captain America was on the moon.
No one's moving toward the building.
You think your cause justifies all this death, but in the end the nightmares won't go away.
You're gonna remember all the ones you killed.
Trust me. Don't do this. Don't go down this path.
That's how you feel. You should sit this one out.
Well, you know I ain't gonna do that.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you took my call. You've been a big help.
Oh, Becky, you got yourself distracted.
Seriously, Bucky, you had one job.
You worry about your guy.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. Well, that's one down.
Ew. Ew. How does a chair take out the shield? That thing could go through a dude's chest. I think it could go through a chair.
Au revoir.
Nice callback.
Red Wing. See if anyone in there has flight training.
Aww, got Red Wing back.
The trucks are almost here. Worst case scenario, we kill the hostages.
We're supposed to use them to negotiate.
To stop that vote. Either way, our message gets out to the world. Hold tight, move fast. One world. One world.
One people.
One people.
One people.
I think everyone's noticing the fact that her cheese is slipping off her cracker a little bit. You know, talk about killing hostages. Never a good sign. Oh. Slick.
We need a diversion. Give him someone to rescue.
What do you mean?
Light it up.
Moving. Morgan Thaw!
I was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Let's finish this.
I didn't mean to kill your friend. I don't want to hurt people that don't matter.
That don't
You
matter.
don't think Lamar's life mattered?
Who am I supposed to root for here? That'll kill ya. That'll super kill ya. Oh.
That's the Black Falcon then.
Nah, that's Captain America.
Oh. Really, girl?
Drop your weapon, Carly. I said drop it. You know, when you came to Madripoor, you reminded me of a young me. I took you in, gave you an opportunity, and you betrayed me.
I'm not interested in power or an empire. I have bigger dreams.
What, like this? Come back and work for me again. All of you, we can make a difference together.
Without our super soldiers, how much power does a power broker really have?
Surprise.
More than you.
Je vais dire au monde entier qui tu es vraiment. OK?
I don't do blackmail.
Oh, this looks bad for Carly.
So
This
what's
looks
next?
really bad for Carly.
Stay down!
No.
Fight me! Fight back!
I'm sorry. Oh. Wow. She's definitely going to become a martyr for her people, though.
You just don't understand. I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Even now, here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
Sorry, I was texting, and so all I heard was I'm a black guy in Stars and Stripes. Nice job, Cap.
Thanks.
We're transporting them to the raft.
Oh, so they'll be with Zemo. That's fun.
One world, one people.
Never mind. Okay, Zemo gets the last fucking laugh, I guess.
Things are about to get weird. We're not gonna need a Captain America. We're gonna need
a U.S. agent.
a U.S. agent.
That's great.
Keep your phone on.
Back.
I don't think this is a good thing, buddy. Oh shit, he's going to make amends.
Hey, what are you doing here?
He was murdered
What?
by the Winter Soldier. And that was me.
Hey, why don't you clean up? There's, something I want to show you.
What did you do, Sam? so it could be remembered. So everything he went through wasn't for nothing.
Now they'll never forget what you did for this country. Never.
Oh my god, all of this looks so good. I'm so hungry right now. Bucky's become part of the family. Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Welcome home, Agent Carter.
I don't trust any of this. She has so much power and now government authority.
Our buyers. Super soldiers might be off the menu, but we're about to have full access to government secrets, prototype weapons, you name it. Should be something for everyone.
Right. Well, that's something to look forward to. So that was the season finale, or I guess series finale, of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. One World, One People. This episode had a lot to wrap up in general, and I think it did a pretty good job because it had to deal with the power broker and Sharon Carter, kind of, even though we wrapped up Zemo's plotline, kind of footnoting that in this episode. We had to finish John Walker's storyline, Carly and the Flag Smasher storyline, wrap up the Isaiah Bradley arc, and finish Bucky's arc in starting to make amends and forgiving himself, and also helping set right the wrongs he's made over the years as a Winter Soldier, and also finish Sam's arc into becoming Captain America, and then fit that all into a 40-minute episode. So I think it did pretty well of doing all of those things. I think Carly's arc, I'm the most disappointed in how it ends. Maybe it was just because she was killed by Sharon, who, oh wow, twist, she's the power broker, and now she's evil now, I guess. Just ends up shooting her, and she's dead now. I thought she was going to have this moment where she realizes no matter how good of intentions she has, the way she's going about trying to achieve those goals is wrong, because at the end it tries to make you kind of feel sorry for her, but I feel like she just took that step too far, and so I could never really be on her side when she's talking about killing hostages just to make a statement because that's what really matters. And it feels like the show could never really commit to which way they want to take Carly, go full villain and terrorist, or a very, very sympathetic person who is doing the right thing, and sometimes that requires blood. But in the end, the Flag Smashers just kind of seemingly died with Carly. I mean, all of her crew ended up dying, which was kind of messed up, because you end up at least liking or sympathizing with a couple of them. I don't know his name, but he's the one with the long hair, and apparently he's just dead because Zemo didn't want to share a prison with them and decided, guess we'll just blow him up. So they're dead. But it never gives us time to think, oh, this is a bad thing, this is something to also mourn. No, it cuts to a scene where Val is making fun of the fact that Zemo got the last laugh and blew up a bunch of people. So I don't know what I'm supposed to feel about that, and I feel like the show was very inconsistent with whether or not to humanize or demonize the Flag Smashers and their goals. I'm also not the biggest fan of the fact that, as much as I really loved the speech in the end, the fact that Sam gave a speech and now everything's alright, and now this act isn't going through, and now people are going to do better because Sam told them to do better. And that is a very, very optimistic way to look at politicians. I don't know if that's going to be a controversial opinion, but I love the moment, but feels almost like a cheat to the end of the Flag Smasher storyline. It seems that the rest of our villains are definitely going to be coming back in one of the future Captain America movies. I think Zemo is pretty much done. I think his storyline has had a start and a finish. He's done his goal of getting rid of super soldiers. Except Bucky, because apparently he's chill with Bucky. I mean, who doesn't love Bucky, but apparently he seems to be the only one he's fine with. But Zemo seems like he's done for now. Sharon's definitely coming back later as a power-hungry, rich arms dealer, so that's an interesting character arc. And then John Walker is now officially U.S. agent, got the black suit now, and that's another one that I'm very confused about. I feel like a lot of the arcs in this have been very strange. Like, John Walker went from all-round good guy, multiple medals of honor, war veteran, and then he went down the deep end and started murdering people, and then they're like, oh no, he's a villain, he was going crazy and yelling, I'm Captain America, so show's definitely telling us this is a villain. And then there's that moment where, for some odd reason, his motives completely flip, because he was always, I will kill Carly for Lamar, and I don't care who gets in my way or what gets in my way, I'm going to take her out. And then there's that moment where he decides to save the truckload of people instead of go after Carly. And there's no build up to that moment whatsoever. And from then on, he is working with Sam and Bucky. So it's a show trying to tell us he's the hero in this situation. But then he goes back and becomes the U.S. agent with Val, who is clearly a villain, and according to the internet is Madam Hydra, so now he's working with Nazis, so... And finally, there's Sharon Carter's arc, which makes absolutely no goddamn sense to me, because, yeah, she was a spy before, but she seemed, like, very firmly on the good guy's side. Hey, I want to help Captain America, I'm doing this because it's the right thing, because this is what Peggy taught me to do, and now she's this. And I know there's, like, a 5-year gap, but we missed that 5-year gap, so it just seems like a very large jump from kinda shifty, but shifty for the good guys, to selling government information and weapons to the highest bidder. And maybe that's the point of the show, of that, oh, everyone's morally gray, there's no good guys or bad guys, but a lot of the character arcs just don't make sense to me. And I'm just wondering what they're trying to tell us about these characters. And maybe that's just because a lot of these arcs are incomplete and because they'll show up in other things. But do I want to watch 3 other TV shows and 4 other movies to get those arcs in their completion? Maybe not. But that's the state of the MCU at the moment. But the best part of the show, and the reason I have been watching this, has been because of Sam and Bucky. They are the best part of the show, and both of them apart and their chemistry together has been the glue that has held this show together. This final episode's when we've gotten to see Bucky go full hero, for the most part, and in the eyes of the public become a hero. I think this is the first time we've heard someone thank Bucky for saving their lives, and I think it's the first time Bucky's heard it in a while. And he has that moment with Carly where he almost takes a page from Sam and tries to talk her out of all of this and connect with her over the phone. And yeah, he mostly just gets distracted and fails to do his job, but I feel like it shows his growth and how he's learning from Sam. Because just a couple episodes ago, he was trying to basically run headfirst into every fight that he came across, and this time he was trying to talk her out of it, and didn't go so well, though. But I think this show has also just been the start of his growth, and yes, he was able to go through his notebook and finally cross out every single name on the list. But I think that's just the start of him healing. Now he can finally move on and away from that past. He can kind of drop the Winter Soldier persona and become Bucky Barnes. Though they will never let him actually drop the Winter Soldier name. Look, in the comics they still call him the Winter Soldier no matter how far away from the Winter Soldier persona he gets, because it helps sell comics. You don't sell Bucky Barnes comics, you sell Winter Soldier comics. So he'll have that name in the MCU till he's dead. But he is able to kind of drop that persona finally. He can finally move on from his past. A couple episodes ago, he was talking about the fact that the SHIELD is the last part of his family that he has. Because Steve was the last family he had, and that's the last memento he has of Steve. But that end shot where he's basically just going to Sam's family barbecue, and it's very clear that he's integrated himself into the family. He brought a cake. He's messing around with the kids. It's nice to see these two hanging out, not in a, oh, it's almost the end of the world situation, oh, we're about to die, but just coming together and hanging out because they're friends and they like each other's company and they like each other. And I wish we got more of that just in the MCU in general, of showing the members of the Avengers as family and hell, just as friends. But I think it's a very sweet moment to end on because this show is very much based on their friendship. On the other half of that friendship, we got Sam, who finally took up the mantle of Captain America, got his suit. He looks good. It looks very much like his suit in the comics, and he makes it look good. There's something about the fight scenes, that the fact that he is going toe-to-toe with these super soldiers and incredible fighters, and he is not a super soldier. He's just a man who's trying to do what's right in a bird suit. And I think that's most exemplified by the scene where he catches the car, because he doesn't do it like Steve. He can't just rely on pure strength, because he's not Steve. And I think that's been the whole point of this show, is that he is Captain America, but he's not Steve Rogers. And they both get the job done, but they both have to do that in different ways. He has to use his flight suits and the little Red Wings and just push himself to the fucking limit to get that truck to not fall, and he succeeds. Not because he's a super soldier, but through sheer fucking will. Yeah, he had a lot of good moments. That speech was great. Just holding, I don't know what government position they hold, but government officials to do the right thing. And then his moment with Isaiah Bradley afterwards. He takes him to the Captain America exhibit, and the fact that he got made a little section for Isaiah Bradley himself, just so no one could ever forget the sacrifices he made. And both those moments just show how much Sam cares, and how much Sam wants to do the right thing, and why Sam will be a great Captain America. And it's also why I'm really excited for Captain America 4. So just final thoughts on this series as a whole. I think altogether I really enjoyed this show. I think it had a couple stumbling points. I feel with most MCU shows, there was a couple moments where I think the humor just didn't particularly land or wasn't needed, and kind of and sometimes detracted from the emotional moments that came right before it. And I think there was just a lot of moving parts, and I think you can kind of simplify. There was a lot of themes that this show wanted to touch on, and I think it would have been better if they focused on one of them and were able to really flesh out that one theme rather than bouncing between 17 of them. I feel like either focus on the Flag Smashers and their beliefs and everything you want to deal with them, or you focus on John Walker, U.S. Agent. And you have to focus on one of them because they both have very strong political themes that you really want to dive into if you're having them as the crux of your show, but they're both kind of fighting. I feel like the show should have chose one or the other to focus on as a character, but again, all in all, I think Sam and Bucky's relationship really held this show together, and Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan's both chemistry and acting were top-notch and superb in this show, and the fact that they're both characters that I really enjoy and really enjoyed seeing more of than you usually get in the Captain America movies really helped keep my interest in the show going. So, final thought, is it as good as Captain America the Winter Soldier? No. I think that is top tier and it will never be beat, but is it still a strong entry into the Captain America lineage and franchise? Yeah, I would generally think that this TV show is probably better than Civil War, because, hey, at least this focuses on Captain America. That was my reaction to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Season 1, Episode 6. One World, One People. If you like this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making more of these. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.